Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play SaGa 2 Goddess of Destiny. We're entering the final stretch of the game and we're in a stretch which is currently characterized by back-to-back dungeons. We had the Edo Castle last time and then we skipped over the Nasty Dungeon and we're already here in Valhalla Palace, the palace of Odin himself. No breaks here, no new towns or anything, just one dungeon after the other, and sometime after this we'll be heading back to handle that Nasty Dungeon. But right now, I'm just fighting my way through Valhalla Palace in search of the owner of the place, and we're gonna have a little bit of a talk with him. But first, we're gonna fight some demons. We're gonna start things out here with the Aegis Shield, as we often do, the Mountain Storm, the Magnum, and the missiles. Nope, nope, not the missiles. Dragon Sword, that sounds like a much better idea. And we have a group of demons here who, I now know who, what's his name? Julius. I now know what Julius, back in, Venus's world, what his species was. He looks a lot like these demons here do. I'm sure he wasn't that bad a guy though. Didn't seem to be that demonic in his nature. They're using fire attacks, which we're fortunately immune to. Gonna lift them up with that Mountain Storm and then put them right back down. Yeah, if all they do is fire, then I can't conceivably take damage in this fight, even without the use of the Aegis Shield. I'm immune to fire from the dragon armor that I have on my characters. Alright, so with that done, let's try out the Break Glare skill. Haven't had a lot of opportunities to use that since learning it, since Elodie's turns are usually taken up by using the shield, but she clearly doesn't need to against these magic-using enemies. So hopefully she'll get a chance to try out that Break Glare, and hopefully we'll be able to petrify something with it. Might not be able to in this fight, judging by the way things are going, but we did it! I turned someone to stone. I'm so happy with myself. Alright, I got a max HP increase for Elodie, and for Natsmer as well, and some Cura. Yeah, I didn't expect to ever be able to do that. I did. That was fun. I'm gonna have to hold on to that. Oh, an ambush. I should have known. It was probably on the map and I didn't even see it. We have some 67s and some dragons. Very cool. Okay, starting out things with the shield, and we'll put the... Oh, wow. Okay, those dragons are pretty cool looking. As are the robots. Man, some really nice enemies here. Alright, so... what do we want to do? Let's put the Mountain Storm on a dragon, I guess. You can't really lift up something that's not touching the ground, but he'll do his best. We'll try the explosive photons out on the robots. Possibly they're weak to electricity. Those photons, probably by this point in the game, probably getting a little bit outclassed. They were extremely powerful when I first obtained them, but that was a number of worlds ago by now. I don't remember exactly where I got those, but it's been a while. Alright, we're getting some Vulcan gun attacks on my characters. It's probably a group targeting weapon, but as I've observed in the past, our characters are each considered their own little group, so that's not really going to be effective here. The Mountain Storm misses, like I thought. You can't pick up something that's not on the ground. And here's an actual all-targeting attack. Flame, but that's no good. We're all immune to that. So Dragon's not posing a lot of a threat. Oh, it looks like they're immune to the damage from the explosive photons, actually, but the agility reducing effect did happen. Alright, Staff of Healing here for Melody, and let's put Mountain Storm and the Magnum on the robots, and Dragon Sword. Actually, I'm not threatened by these dragons if all they do is fire attacks, so let's actually put all of our attacks over there on the 67s, and just to make sure that we wrap up things in a timely manner, let's power up that Dragon Sword attack to a cross break, and that Magnum to a quick draw, I think it's called? Yeah, quick draw, alright. That's a great name for a gun attack. I don't think I showed that off on camera previously, but I got it in one of those encounters that I cut out. Elodie didn't survive long enough to use her Staff of Healing. Been a while since I've seen one of these encounters where Elodie doesn't make it to the end, but it's not all that new to me. It's just a little bit unusual since she's been using that shield so much. Anyway, a missile attack here taking out Zenith. Wow, okay, this one dealing a lot of damage to me. Not too surprising since these enemies appeared from the chest and these encounters have been very powerful in the past. So I guess I probably should have been keeping that in mind and playing it a little bit safe, but all things considered, I think this is not going all that badly. We're down to just one... I've been calling them 67s, that says G7, wow, okay. Down to just one G7 and one dragon here. I cannot read, apparently. I saw the number first, so I assumed that the other character with it also had to be a number, but that's not actually the case here. These robots designated G7. Alright, not going so hot right now. We gotta get an attack in here to finish off this last robot. Ooh, taking damage there on Virtue. And the dragons have figured out that we're immune to fire and using fangs instead. I am actually susceptible to that, believe it or not. Down to just Virtue here. He no longer has a counterattack for scenarios like this, but he does have the Defender. I should be remembering to use this Defender. That'll ideally allow him to block some attacks in addition to attacking on his own. Oh, we got a beam rifle from the 67, which is enough to finish off my party, so we're gonna have to try it again. Not gonna have to go very far to reach Odin. He should be right in front of us. Let's see if he says anything different when I die in his actual world. Nope, he doesn't. We'll be taking advantage of his services anyway, and trying this one again. Okay, it took a couple of tries, but I think I've got it. As you can see, Elodie is down, and Zenith's cross counter is broken, but we're down to just the 2 dragons. So, those G7s are extremely powerful. They have missiles, they have laser rifles, they have lightsabers. Everything they do is very, very powerful. So you just kind of have to get lucky with those. Fortunately for me, they all targeted Elodie, which is why she's out of the fight. What helped me through this is, well, I got 2 hits with the cross counter, both of which activated threads, so both Natsmer's and Virtue's attacks were powered up. And what I had them use were the Leopard 2 and the Yoichi's bow. Something I neglected to notice previously is that the Yoichi's bow is actually a group targeting weapon. I don't know why I didn't realize that sooner, but it makes it an extremely powerful weapon and a really good addition to Virtue's arsenal, because it's a group targeting weapon that, unlike, say, the Leopard that he's had equipped previously and the missiles that he has now, actually increases stats, because previously I was saying that those, like, group targeting weapons don't seem to increase robot stats because they're so powerful, having them reusable, that they just don't, but the Yoichi's bow is apparently one that does. And we obtained a self-repair. That's interesting, because I was just thinking to myself, those G7s, they regenerate HP at the end of the round at the end of every round in the same way that the werewolves do, which makes me wonder if there's some way that I can equip that ability to my own robot. And it seems that I can, because I just obtained an item called the Self-Repair, and I'm guessing that that's going to regenerate some HP at the end of each turn? Yeah, it does. Okay. So I'm going to have to seriously think about that, because that seems like the sort of effect that I really want, but his stuff's also good. And like, is it worth taking a huge hit to his defense or his strength to have that effect? I'm not sure it is right now, but it's something that I'm going to consider, absolutely. Okay, so let's change the order of Virtue's inventory. The Dragon Sword and the Defender are equally powerful in terms of the damage they do, but Defender seems to have some defensive effect as well that I haven't actually seen in effect yet, but I have to imagine that the description doesn't lie. And let's move the Yoichi's bow up on the list a little bit too, since it seems that that's something I'm going to be wanting to use fairly frequently. And we'll keep the missiles up high as well. I only have 2 shots with that left, but it is a very powerful effect. Elodie will heal herself. She unfortunately still has the X-Elect. She didn't survive to the end of that fight, so she wasn't able to learn a new skill out of it, but it would have been nice to have learned a new skill there, since those are probably some high-level enemies. Let's see, is there anything over there? It doesn't look like it, but I see a chest over in this direction. Do I have stealth equipped right now? Yes, I do. Let's take advantage of that to sneak past this guy here, as well as this one. Looks like 2 enemies here in a row. So open this chest. We have a rune axe. Okay. Might be something worth equipping to Virtue. We've been saying that a lot recently. Let's see here. What would I would probably replace the Dragon Sword with it. How powerful is this rune axe? Not very powerful at all. Why does it not have a higher effect? Why does it not affect his strength at all, apparently? Strange runic glyphs from a lost technology are engraved along its blade, granting the wielder great power. Well, yeah, it's good enough to say that, but what does it actually do? I'm not sure. Because its listed damage is strength times 12, which is a lot weaker than any weapon I've had recently. And it doesn't seem to affect the robot stats at all, so I have to imagine that there's something more going on there. And, if I remembered this weapon from the original game, I might have a guess as to what that is, but I don't, unfortunately. So it might be something I look into later, but for the time being, I'll just leave that one unequipped. Actually, come to think of it, don't I have an open inventory slot right here in Zenith? I do, okay. Let's hand Zenith that rune axe, and maybe I'll try it out on his turn. And if it does anything particularly exceptional, maybe I'll move it over to Virtue. But since I've got that free slot on Zenith there, no reason not to take advantage of it. Looks like we're getting higher here, up to the 6th floor of Valhalla Palace. I see a treasure right ahead of myself. Should have used stealth there, but I didn't, and I made it through just fine. We have a flare tome, very powerful item, but not something I have the space for currently, following the trend. Slip by here, past another one of these weird blue-red egg things that still don't appear to have any effect. I'm certain at this point that they are purely decorative, but don't they just stand out? They could have put something else there, like, I don't know, maybe something more Greek-looking, like a bust of a philosopher, or just like one of these columns, like something more Greek looking than that weird glowy egg. They don't seem to fit in at all. But that's okay. For the most part, I really like the look of this place. It's like looking out here on the clouds from through these columns. It's a very cool place. It's just these egg things. They don't fit in at all. What were they thinking? All right, carrying on here. Now up to the 7th floor of Valhalla Palace. Looks like it's divided into an east and a west. Ooh, and we have some doors up here, which makes me think that something powerful might be awaiting me beyond. So, well, I'm gonna have to fight this slime since he's bugging me. But after I do that, I'm gonna heal and then head up the stairs. Okay, looks like this is it. I equipped Elodie's new Staff of Healing since it's quite possible that I'll have to do some additional healing in this fight. This is it. This is one of the new gods here. This is Odin. We've been waiting for this for a long time. We met him quite a long time ago, and we made a promise, and now it's time for us to keep that promise. So if I had never game overed at this point, if I had never failed a battle and thus never met Odin, then this encounter would be much shorter. In fact, in the original game at least, it skipped directly to the fight once you met him. Like, there would be no conversation beforehand, just straight to the fight, as if he was just some mini-boss at the end of this dungeon. I am a new god. Shouldst thou fall to me, thou shalt not obtain the relics you seek. Come, let us battle. Ooh, yeah, he's got that trident, he's got that gigantic fist ready to punch us. If you're no more, who will revive us? That is a serious concern here. Now, let's keep this in mind. Zenith's practical as always. If we're victorious against Odin, then we won't be allowed to fail ever again. Think of no more than to crush thine enemy. Odin does not really have a good response for that. He's just telling us, you know, don't think about it. Okay, so we have, in keeping with the mythology, Odin's surrounded by Sleipnir and a couple of crows. So we're gonna have to fight them, along with Odin himself in this fight. Alright, like I said, equip the new Staff of Healing, but not going to be using that right away. Gonna use the Aegis Shield, as I often do. Let's see, I can try out this rune axe. Dang, that is a fancy looking piece of equipment. Looks nothing like an axe though. It's circular, it's like, I don't know what that is, it's like a fan or something. But we'll go ahead and try that out, why not? We can put the axe on. Let's start out by attacking Sleipnir over here. And we'll use the leopard too on the crows here with Natsmer. And Virtue can go ahead and attack everyone with those missiles of his. Let's see how this goes. I'm a little bit worried about this. I mean, once this fight is over, if we lose, I think we're dead. And if we win, we can never fail again. Oh my god, what was that? Everyone's dead but Virtue already? How is that even fair? What just happened? Oh man, so like the same thing that happened during that fight with Agosho, that all we get from the Aegis Shield protects us from a lot of things, but not from wind, because that's not one of the central damage types of this game. So if those crows use that wind attack, I'm just screwed. Like, that killed 3 of my characters straight up, didn't it? What can I even do about that? Well, he's gonna let us try again. That's nice of him. I kind of didn't expect any quarter since he specifically said he would offer us no quarter. But if that happens again, what am I meant to do? Okay. Starting with the Aegis Shield won't protect us from those crows, but I can focus my attacks on them at least. Try to take out those crows as quickly as I can. So let's put all of our attacks right over there. Yoichi's bow to make sure that I hit both of them. I'm not faster than them though, that's the thing, they get to go first. Okay, he tried to use Break and it didn't work because Natsmer was inside the tank. Alright, we're blocking everything so far. Yeah, all 3 attacks so far have been completely neutralized, that's good, but here's the tornado! What's gonna... they're all dead. I can't handle that tornado, it's too powerful. It kills everyone but Virtue, so... Okay, good. The crows have very little HP, that's good to know. I can't actually take them out in one round. But it looks like any fight in which I don't kill the crows, any fight in which either crow decides to use Tornado on round 1 is a loss already. So I'll be back when that doesn't happen. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can kill these crows in 1 round. Okay, we got a beak attack, not a break attack, which is what I read that as previously, but a beak attack, which is a lot less frightening sounding. Alright, a lot of damage to Natsmer there, but is it going to tornado? Is the second crow? It is, it's gonna tornado. Okay, so this one's a waste. These tornadoes are so lame. Okay, we're starting out with a lightning star. It's not on the crows, so not really relevant to me in the moment, but that'll be nice to have happened, assuming there are no tornadoes. These tornadoes are so lame. Oh, okay, so a claw attack from one of the crows, that's good. And a beak from the other. Okay, it looks like this is the one. This is the one where there are no tornadoes. Ellie's quite possibly not going to survive this round. Well, actually she is, because I don't think any of the enemies have yet to attack. But the important thing is, the birds are dead, right? Right? Okay, good. No more, no more crows, excuse me. So what am I gonna do here? Probably a Staff of Healing here on Elodie's turn. Hopefully she survives to actually use it. Let's continue using the Mountain Storm. Let's take out Sleipnir next, since it's probably got significantly fewer HP than Odin himself. I'm gonna use the Defender with Virtue here, since we're down to single groups here, or single enemy groups. Okay, Elodie gets kicked apart. She probably could have just used the shield to survive, but I wanted to take that chance and hopefully heal both her and Zenith. But it didn't work out that way, so they're both dead. We're down to just Natsmer and Virtue here. Both of them, fortunately, have weapons that allow them to attack and defend at the same time. So that should increase their chances of surviving pretty well. As you can see, guarding an attack there. Oh, Raging Thunder, am I immune to this? Okay, yeah, I am immune to that. That is an electric attack, not like some weird holy attack or something that would be able to get through my my Dragon Armor's defenses, not to mention the O-All. Let's see, keep on attacking the Sleipnir here. Okay, am I immune to all of Odin's attacks? No, I'm not. He has that one swipe with his trident, but if he uses Blizzard or Raging Thunder, he can't damage me. So that's good to know. A lot of the things he can do on his turn will just be completely worthless. So once I'm down to him as the only enemy, which is the case now, I'm just rolling the dice, and I gotta say, I really like my odds at this point. It's really too bad that Elodie and Zenith couldn't make it to see this, but that's okay. I'll just be happy to have gotten this one over. It's kind of a frustrating fight with the crows there at the start. Really, really swingy. Not very fun at all. There's probably something I could have done about that. I have to hope. Obviously, I could have just come in with a little bit more HP. What was that dealing? Like 500 some damage, maybe 600 some? So with a little more HP, maybe my characters would have been able to survive that. What? Odin's using the Samane? Is that what that said? That doesn't seem appropriate at all. Okay, well, still chipping away at him. Virtue's taken a lot of damage, but not a lot I can do about that at this point. I don't have potions equipped to either of these characters, but since he seems mostly content to use that Raging Thunder, I think I'm gonna be okay. Passing the combo over here to Virtue on his turn, using the Crossbreak with his Defender. Dealing about 400 damage, not too bad. He's just gonna keep at it. Ooh, Gungnir, okay. That's enough to take out Virtue. Just a one-on-one fight now. I don't think I like that. But I think the odds are still good because, I was gonna say because she can block those physical attacks while she's in the tank. But it didn't work that time and I was defeated. So even if I survive the crows, victory is not necessarily assured.